We're exactly a month away from the first schools opening for fall. Do you know what to expect at your kid's school? Our COVID Impact Education team has reached out to every district in the state for their pandemic plans.
41 Utah school districts.
We're spending $350,000 for masks at the beginning of the school year.
Thousands of recommendations.
Exploring options like, what does it look like to have lunch in the classroom?
For reopening schools.
Friday is an at-home learning day. It's not a day off school. It's an accountable day.
KSL gathered details of pandemic plans from across the state to see how well they meet the priorities of thousands of parents and teachers in our exclusive poll. We need to point out, every district says they're still working on their plans. Still, a few themes emerged. Every district but one plans to reopen for some form of in-person school. Salt Lake is the exception, still in the orange or moderate COVID risk. So at this point, learning will only take place from home. Every district plans to offer parent flexibility in going to school, learning from home, or a blend. Every district is spending millions of dollars on sanitizing and hygiene supplies. And no district was requiring masks for students, at least not until the governor got involved. Now they all will, with some flexibility.
To make sure that we use common sense application of this mandate to have face masks.
These themes emerged because most districts surveyed parents.
It drew a significant amount of responses, more than we had anticipated.
Many districts got strong support for kids returning to school, with up to 95% in Canyons. In Washington and Ogden districts, many parents say they would send their kids back no matter what. In Daggett, they told us they haven't had a single case of COVID, so they too would have strong support. Even so,
in a period of 10 minutes, you could get comments from somebody saying, please explain to me why you're opening it all. And then you could get a comment from a parent saying, I really want my kids to go back.
Within the same district, San Juan, a COVID hotspot, 65% of parents in the region near Blanding want schools to open as soon as possible, while in the Monument Valley area on the Navajo Reservation, only 6% feel the same. Research suggests when kids do come back, social distancing is fundamental. The American Academy of Pediatrics and the Centers for Disease Control recommend keeping 6 feet of space between desks when feasible. Well, the State Board of Education acknowledged right up front that is not feasible in most Utah classrooms. But that doesn't seem to be a deal breaker with most Utah parents. While many Utah school districts will provide distance learning options for concerned parents, it will be the exception.
For the most part, we are looking at that. Learning in person.
Staggered plans aren't popular with this Jordan District student focus group.
I've talked to a lot of the students at Mountain Ridge, and a lot of them just really want it to be as normal as possible.
Students want full-time school.
I think that's very important to be able to bring kids back into some sense of normalcy.
And in Uinta, parents at a public hearing,
we have to do this for our kids, you guys. We cannot let them stay at home.
Say it should be up to parents to decide what risk they'll take.
If you're not worried about the situation, choose to homeschool your kids all year. Or
the board tabled its plan for staggered schedules. Parents overwhelmingly want schools to protect children by cleaning and containing germs, and that will happen.
We also purchased disinfecting and sanitizing equipment for every school building in the district.
In addition, Ogden and San Juan parents strongly support daily temperature checks. In Tooele and Washington, supervised hand washing is the priority. To meet these demands, Granite District has spent $1.6 million on hand sanitizer, masks, and cleaning equipment. Canyons, $800,000. Jordan spent $281,000 on hand sanitizer and $341,000 on sneeze guards, much like these plexiglass screens installed in Salt Lake last week. Park City and Davis are installing air filtering systems. In Murray and Granite, they're getting students water bottles. These are just some of the ways districts are trying to ensure safety. What's missing from these plans? Teachers increasingly felt schools listened to parents, but not educators.
What are they doing to protect teachers' health? You give me 35 students in my classroom, I'm going to hide in the back, try to stay away from them and do the best I can at teaching. That's terrible teaching.
Districts like Jordan and Canyons are working to have high-risk teachers teach the online students. For all the plans and recommendations across our big state, one thing has become clear to district leaders as they work to reopen schools in the coming weeks.
And we know that not everyone's going to be happy, but we looked for what's the compromise between providing the best education we possibly can and a safe environment.
Some of the other specifics kids can expect: seating charts, grab-and-go lunches in their classrooms, and limits on parents visiting school. That might be a positive. Several school boards approved their plans this week. The deadline is August 1st.
Not an easy decision. None of those decisions. There's so many factors.
There's high consequences for whatever they decide.
Well, I've never talked to so many kids who wanted to go to school than I have right now. So,
Yep.
All right, great story.
Thanks.
Great job.